What will Guru do? Oh, the humanity of it all. Taylor drops a for sure hit tonight. Did you see the eclipse? Let us know your thoughts. All of that loaded, queued up, and ready to boot up the show coming up next.
Buy it, use it, break it, fix it, trash it, change it, mail, upgrade it, charge it, point it, zoom it, press it, snap it, work it, quick erase it, write it, cut it, paste it, save it, load it, check it, quick rewrite it, plug it, play it, burn it, rip it, drag it, drop it, zip, unzip it, lock it, fill it, call it, find it, view it, code it, gem, unlock it, surf it, scroll it, pause it, click it, cross it, crack it, switch, update it, name it, read it, tune it, print it, scan it, send it, fax, rename it, touch it, bring it, pay it, watch it, turn it, leave it, start, format it, technologic.
Live from studios in South Hall on the beautiful campus of Jacksonville State University, it's the Hey Techies Show. Now, here are your hosts in chairs that should have been thrown out years ago, Michael, Bruce, and the Guru.
Well, I wonder if everybody's ready tonight.
I know I am.
I'm just wondering if everybody's ready for the possibility that we may get faked off and not have the Taylor Swift song drop tonight.
Oh, we better.
She could be playing mind games.
She could be.
She does this.
She could be.
It's very, very possible. I mean, if you go to her website right now, Bruce, as I told you, it's just blank. It's been like this for a couple of days, I think. And she went and removed all of her media, all of her social media posts, previous posts on all of her social media, from what I understand, and has just put a few cryptic videos up there about a snake. So, I don't know. We'll see. But apparently all I could dig up was that most people are expecting the hit to drop tonight at midnight. And you're going, wait a minute. I thought this was the Hey Techies Show.
But if you're a longtime fan of the Hey Techies
But if you're a longtime fan of the Hey Techies Show, you completely know why we're bringing this up, right? And one of the main reasons we're bringing this up is because the other night when we did talk about it, Bruce said, man, she needs a new album. And lo and behold, I saw it this morning. Yeah, I saw it this morning. I sent Bruce and a Guru was on there too, a message. I said, hey, that album's going to drop November 10th. He's like, what? No, you're kidding. So anyway, I think it's called Reputation, I believe is what the album is supposed to be called. So, and Bruce is looking at text documents over here. He's digging into it. It looked like public keys. He's looking at. What?
No, I was viewing the page source.
That was it. He's really trying to figure it out. It says the page is black. Background color, black.
You'd think that's all it says. That's not all
I'm sure it doesn't. It's probably tracking who's hitting it and how they can get back with you later.
Probably.
Or following who's hitting, yeah. Well, welcome to the Hey Techies Show. On this, welcome back to JSU Week, because the students are back in full on campus. Day 2 of Jacksonville State University's fall semester. And trust me, I know it because I'm tired.
And I was going to say, the Spirit
Night tonight on Mountain Street. Spirit on Mountain Street
is definitely going on.
Yes, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, there's a football game, a high school football game there as well.
Oh, wow.
That's what I was told. I did, though, that, and I'm not sure if it's, I was thinking it's tomorrow night. That made more sense to me. But I do know that Welborn is supposed to play North Jackson at our stadium here at the college.
Yeah, I saw something about that. I was like,
I'm thinking it's tomorrow night and not. That would be a lot going on there tonight. But
well, I'll see if I can find out. Hang on.
Well, at any rate. So, yeah, I'll be interested to see whether or not this happens before midnight, or after midnight. Somewhere in the neighborhood, but I'm not.
Oh, it's going on right now.
It's going on right now.
Their Twitter feed for the high
okay,
school.
So the game is going on.
The superintendent of the county schools did the coin toss.
So they had Spirit. They had Spirit on Mountain Street festivities, and then this at the stadium. Well, that must be packed.
And there's a Riley Green concert too, in conjunction with the Spirit on Mountain Street.
Oh, out there. There were several stages that were blocking Mountain Street. If you wanted to go that way, you couldn't go that way.
Yeah, it was difficult to get here today.
I figured it would be.
And I was coming in here late, so.
Oh, yeah, on 2 wheels.
And I had to my eyeballs are floating. And I was like, oh my God, everywhere I turn.
Yeah, it's blocked. Yeah, I can understand that. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, but just to wrap this up real quick, I was noticing. Let's see, where was this at? I had it up. Taylor. Where was my Taylor stack?
Well, Taylor may make more news than the Great American Eclipse that happened on Monday.
Well,
Maybe.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to say the eclipse is sadly already old news.
Well, I suppose that's true.
I will say this though. It was nice. Of course, I don't watch the news. But it was nice for the build up to it. The fact the focus was on that instead of all the mess in the world.
Well, I can see that. I've heard that from someone else too.
And it
There's
was
some
nice to just go outside and enjoy creation. I'll say that.
Yeah.
We may not have been in the 100% zone, but it was still an enjoyable experience.
It was interesting.
And you say that 100% made me think. What was I saying? Oh, I was thinking.
Made me think that I forgot what I was
Here in
thinking.
Jacksonville, we were like at 95% of totality.
Yeah.
So 5% during that time when it was in totality for us,
Yeah.
which 5% of the sunlight was getting through. It's a lot of sunlight
That's
getting
right.
through just for 5%. But it was dark enough to make all the
Right.
outside lights that come on at night. But it wasn't like dark. It was just kind of, it was weird.
And
I mean,
bugs start making all their noises.
like the tree
at night.
frogs started making noise and the crickets
Oh, yeah.
and stuff that, normally you hear that like at this time of day. If you went,
Right.
like before we came on outside, you could hear the crickets and the tree frogs and stuff. You heard that in the middle of the day. It was very interesting.
So 256-782,
5,600.
and you can be on the Hey Techie Show, and we would love to have you. And of course, HeyTechieShow.com, where you can find all of the ways to connect to us. And also on our Facebook page, there is some pictures from me and Guru's pictures that we took during the eclipse, and some things from that.
not the best pictures. They're not going to win any awards.
Mine will.
Yours will. Mine
No,
won't.
I'm joking.
Well, I took my eclipse glasses and tried to like hold them
No.
away from the phones, the camera
Yeah.
to take a. And if you look, you can see it.
You can.
You can see it.
I didn't waste my time on that because my camera's not that good. I knew,
Well,
I
wouldn't-
knew it wouldn't turn out, but an iPhone camera probably will.
That's right. That's why you need an iPhone. But yeah, so and if you go to the HeyTechieShow.com, there's a link right there in today's show notes document for today where you can go straight to the album on Facebook.
Right.
And while you're there, make sure you go like our Facebook page.
That's right. We need a few more likes.
Because we have a Facebook page?
Yeah, but you wouldn't know about
Yeah,
it,
you wouldn't know about that.
and that's
Bruce.
okay. Yeah, that's right. And we have Twitter pages too, so you can check us out there
Yeah,
as well.
there's no Instagram, Snapchat.
Actually, I do have an Instagram. Hey Techies Mike on
Oh,
Instagram.
I don't have an Instagram.
Well, that's okay. I don't use it much.
Yeah, just shoot all your pictures to Bruce to, what was it? Mikey at Hey Techie Show?
No.
What'd you say?
What now?
What'd you
At
say?
Hey Techies Mike.
Yeah, at Hey Techie's Mike.
That's my Twitter and my Instagram.
Yeah. Anything you want to follow me on, just
Sure, right. Just send it. Or if you
Right
don't
there.
want to call us and you would like to get a question in, questions with an S at heytechieshow.com will be the snail mail email address. Now, speaking of that, I learned this week. Of course, I didn't learn this week. I had already known about it beforehand. But in a meeting we had at the university, we were told that this latest generation that is coming into college doesn't really like to use email. We've discussed that on the show before.
I have received plenty since the semester has started.
Yeah. Well, they apparently would rather use social media, Twitter. They don't like Facebook as much either. Apparently,
Snapchat us.
yeah. Apparently, according to what we were told in this meeting, that once the grandparents got on Facebook, the kids were not interested in Facebook anymore. Now, I don't know whether that's true or not. I'm sure there's some truth in there somewhere. But, I don't know. But what I wanted to, I did find what I was looking for. There is BuzzFeed. I'm sure people who are familiar with tech websites know BuzzFeed. They have a post here by Kristen Harris. And if you are one of those folks that are so excited about this new album and hit, I'm finishing up, Guru. You can go on to whatever you're going to.
No, you're fine.
Oh,
I just don't care about Taylor Swift.
I know that, but
Go ahead.
Anyway, Bruce didn't hear that. He closed his ears.
No, I heard you.
Bruce,
No, really, seriously though, there is a BuzzFeed, at least one individual. They wrote this little post, and they want to see people's reactions in a video when they hear the song. Now, I think this is silly, but at any rate, I thought I'd pass it along. And what's interesting to me about this is it says this. It tells a little bit about how you need to do this, okay? Real quick. It's funny to me. You need to make sure your phone is in landscape, if possible. Ideally, your arms are free, okay? I mean, seriously.
That's important.
Yeah. Make sure you're in the center of the video, if possible. And here's the one that got me. Make sure that none of the music is actually heard in the video. No, they can't use your video because they don't want to put that on whatever. It's copyrighted, obviously.
I disagree with that.
Oh, here we go.
And there was a court case that just happened.
Yes, I missed it.
H3 Productions went through, and now the judge did state that this didn't cover all reaction videos.
Oh, I see what you're talking. Okay.
But that is fair use for a reaction.
A reaction video that has some
of the original content is absolutely covered by fair use.
Huh.
Now, if you're just replaying it to play the whole thing, do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
But if you were to play a snippet of it just to show
wonder
your
if that would
reaction or
cover.
to talk
Hey, I
about your
wonder
reaction,
if that
that's
would go
absolutely
back
fair
to
use.
cover our robot day, our robot that we covered the dance off, and we got our video silenced because of the music. I wonder if that would cover our dance off. You remember what do they call the mascots? Dance off, and we didn't use the entire song, but we covered a snippet. Of course, they dinged us and muted our whole video. I think for that. Yeah, it's been a long time ago.
Interesting.
Yeah. Or it was monetized, one of the two, I don't remember. It might have been wanted to be monetized.
Well, it was a lot of times if they tag copyrighted songs in your
Right.
videos, you cannot monetize the video. You as
That's
the channel,
understandable.
yeah, obviously.
no, I know that. That is correct.
I'm about to get to that if I can. Find
Well,
it.
no big deal. It's
It's a big deal.
well, when we come back,
It's a big deal. I can't get to.
when we
I
come,
don't know how to put this, but
well, apparently we're not going to come back.
kind of a big deal.
Yeah, we're going.
When we come back, we'll move on to something else,
And maybe take your calls.
and hopefully take your calls and get your reaction to whatever. Hey, Techies Show. Be right back.
We're just getting started. Plenty more Hey Techies Show for your listening pleasure.
Welcome back into the Hey Techies Show, and I am not blinded. Although,
And we hope none of our listeners were blinded by the light looking
Well-
at the sun on Monday.
Well,
or any
when-
day.
yeah, when it did come back out, it was blinding.
I was going to say, I don't see how anybody. Am I on?
Yeah.
Yes,
on.
you're
Oh,
on.
wow. It just got really quiet.
Well, we stopped talking so you could talk.
That's right. I don't see how anybody could stare at it. It was really bright.
Oh no, you couldn't. Just like you can't stare at the sun any other normal day.
Yeah, that's the
It's
thing.
very bright.
Well, whenever I was like, I kind of want to try and look up and see, and I was like, oh.
No.
And then I was like, wait a second. Wonder what the regular. I don't normally do that.
Well, that was my whole point.
Well, here's an interesting tidbit about the eclipse. I read an article that said somebody had done some number crunching and said that the eclipse was going to cost U.S. businesses $600 million in lost productivity.
You told me.
I don't know how they calculate that, but that's what the article said. $600 million in lost productivity.
I could believe it. But really, to me, it was worth it. You know?
Well, last night the lotto hit, and it was over a $700 million payout.
Yeah, it was a 1 in
She'll fix it.
It was 1 in 252 million chance of hitting it.
Yeah.
And I found more. Here's some more statistics. I know while we're talking about it, you had a greater chance of being struck by lightning, which is 1 in 1 million. I'm trying to do this all by memory. You have a greater chance of being attacked by a killer shark. I forget, it was like 1 in 80 something million. And you had a greater chance of being killed by a vending machine. It was like 1 in 150 million. Then you had a greater chance of those happening versus winning Powerball.
I've never come close to being killed by a vending machine.
Well, it's 1 in 151 million.
I have purchased a lot of things out of a vending machine, and I've never.
But that's apparently the odds of getting killed by one.
And I've never bought a lottery ticket, ever. So I'll never win.
No,
I would never
if you
even
don't buy
have
one,
the chance to win.
If you won't buy one, you'll never win.
That's right.
That's true.
I do know somebody that won over $700 last night.
Well, good.
In the
Good for them.
lotto, they said.
Do what now?
And how much investment? How many tickets?
I
did they
don't
buy?
know. That is good. I didn't ask that because I didn't feel it's in my business.
Oh, I'm just curious.
But no, I am too. I was too.
If you spent $700 in lottery tickets,
Yeah.
well, at least you broke even.
Yeah, I don't think so. Apparently, a lot of people. Apparently, the way he told it to me, he got 4 numbers, and a lot of other people got 4 numbers right too,
Oh,
and
man.
that was the payout.
I'll say this. For some people, it's just a form of entertainment.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I understand that.
But for others, it is a deep investment.
Yeah, I've heard that too.
Well, I mean, that's why states like Tennessee and Georgia and a lot of them nearby that have lotteries, they have plenty of money for education, among other things.
Well,
among other things.
they still have some problems financially in it.
Well,
It's not all a bed of roses. I mean,
It's not like free education for everyone. There's more. There is more money available for funding people's higher education. I'll put it that way.
Well,
Yeah, we won't turn into political discussion.
well, no,
about lottery
I'm
and
not
stuff.
even going there. I'm not talking about that. I just don't think it's as rosy as I always.
Oh, it's not. It's not perfect by no means. It's not going. It's not the silver bullet. It's going to solve all your problems.
Okay, so I opened the show up with my concern for Guru because I have had him
Yeah.
on my watch list, and
Yeah.
he broke with a story to
Yeah.
all of us about something that was going on that affects him personally.
Yeah, and if you follow us on Facebook or me on Twitter, and probably I think the main one retweeted
Oh, yes.
it. But yeah, so I got news earlier this week that Crash Plan.
yes,
Before I'm gonna back up. Crash Plan. I've mentioned it several times on the show. Is a very good way of backing up your data. They have, of course, a cloud service, but they also had this where you could back up locally. You can back it up to a friend's PC if you're an enthusiast and want to. I've talked about that on the show. If you want to be your own, server admin and try to do that. I mean, granted, things could happen, and I do local backups with it, but also pay for the service to back up the cloud. Well, since I was a paid customer, I got notification from them earlier this week that they are discontinuing their home service, the Crash Plan for Home.
may they be damaged by vending machines.
And but here's how so what they're doing is they're not offering new subscriptions. They're not pulling the plug today. But you can no longer purchase or renew a subscription to Crash Plan for Home. They took your existing subscription and gave you 60 additional days. So some people paid month to month. So you got 60 days extra from when if you're doing month to month.
Right.
I think I bought 2 years at a time.
Oh.
Because you got a discount. 1 year you got a discount. If you did 2 years, you got an
Yes.
even more discount. So I bought, I think, 2 years. Well, mine was coming up due February of 18. I was about to say 08. February 18.
Yes.
2018. So they gave me now till April of 18. But all customers will be have to be off home by next October of 2018.
Mm.
I think there was a small percentage that had paid further than that, but they'll convert them to their business plan for the remainder of their subscription. Anyway, so you have that. You can stay with what you got till then. But once you run out, you run out. But they gave you two options. First option was to convert your account to the small business at the tune of $10 per device per month. Now, they said for the first 12 months, you could get it at a 75% discount. So you could get it for the next year for $250 a device per month.
Yeah.
But then after that, you'd have to pay the full prevailing rate, which could go up. It's $10 right now.
Right.
That's per device.
Yeah.
And I had like a family plan where you could do up to 10 devices for a set fee. And I forget how much I paid, but I paid for up front, 2 years worth. That was the first option. Second option, y'all ready for this? Y'all sitting down? Yeah, y'all sitting down.
I'm listening. Yeah.
They were partnering up with their competitor, Carbonite.
Yes.
And they had some deal with Carbonite. You could get 1 year at 50% off the current rate. I forget what Carbonite's rate was, but that just struck me as I was like, I mean, they were competitors, and that's like, oh, we want you to use Carbonite, like.
But it's not. But it's not really the same service, though. I mean, it's Carbonite. It's similar, but it doesn't allow you to do some things that you did.
I'll get to that here in a minute. But they explain that the reason they're doing this is there was a video that the CEO put. I didn't even watch it because I'm so irritated at the CEO right now. I even tweeted him directly. Never heard anything back. But that's okay. But they're putting all their effort into the small business and enterprise markets.
Yeah.
They're getting completely out of the consumer markets. So that's their whole reason they're doing this. And I don't agree with that, but that's what they're doing. And they're a business, and they have every right to do what they want, and they have a right to be shut down too when they don't get any customers. I mean, I will not. This just for the record, I cannot recommend Crash Plan even for business anymore. I'm not recommending them. Period. If you're a small business, we'll have to find something else for you. I'm not recommending them. This has burned me. I'm done with it.
I got it.
So Carbonite, it is an option. I haven't researched it that well, so I'm not recommending anything tonight because I've still got to figure out what I'm going to do.
Right.
But it's a very popular option. But Crash Plan was very popular. I mean, you go out there and read, and Macworld and several different Ars Technica, and a lot of them were recommending Crash Plan as like that was their choice, their pick for consumers.
Yeah, I think it even made Reddit, didn't it? Reddit discussions on Crash Plan.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and here's my whole holdup because you've got several choices. I mean, Bruce was going through a list of them before the show. I mean, you can roll your own with software and use like Amazon Web Services, Amazon S3, or you can there's a lot
Synology.
You can do a lot of stuff. Kind of roll your own, but there's services like of course, what's the one I just said? Carbonite. There's also one called Backblaze.
Backblaze.
If you want to just buy something and do it, but here's my whole holdup: is you can't. There's not one piece of software or one service that allows you to do what Crash Plan does, which is you can back up locally and to the cloud at the same time.
Well, do you think that their service was just it wasn't priced at the right price point to
well,
make
if that's the case, you increase the price.
Yeah. Well,
I mean,
maybe they felt like they couldn't increase the price enough to make it profitable and still keep people paying it. Well, I'm just curious. I mean, I'm curious as to what the thought process was.
Man, I don't understand it because they're in this already for the enterprise and small business. The infrastructure is already there to store these backups.
It's probably because people are backing up too much stuff.
Surely not. Surely not.
And probably 8 terabytes at a time.
Yeah,
I know.
as one that we know grins right there in front of the microphone.
That's right. Unlimited is unlimited.
I agree. No, I totally agree with you.
And the thing is, I mean,
Pulling a Microsoft.
you just don't.
Or Verizon.
But here's the thing: when you
or
back up stuff
AT&T
to the
or
cloud,
T-Mobile.
when you back up stuff
Yeah.
like that, I mean, you have to have a copy on your machine. Not like you're just storing stuff out in the cloud, and you've got a copy.
Yeah. I've got just as well, not technically just as much invested in this as you, but I've got this invested. Like,
But
maybe they only keep it in one place. I don't know.
but the whole thing, my whole big holdup is the having multiple copies because
Right.
we've talked about this on the show as well. The 3-2-1 backup strategy, 3 being 3 copies of your data, the original, and 2 other copies. And I was doing that. I had the original copy. I had a backed up copy locally that I could get to quickly if I needed to get it back, and I had one in the cloud.
Right.
And that solved number 2 of 3-2-1, which is 2 different types of media. Of course, I had it, in the cloud as a different media, even though it probably isn't. But I had it stored on a hard disk locally and in the cloud. And then the one's off-site.
Mm-hmm.
But one piece of software did all that for me. And now I've got to figure this out. And you can just call me an angry old get off my lawn guy, but I just don't want to set up multiple things. I could set that up and it worked.
He doesn't want to start over, folks. That's just the bottom
And here's
line.
the thing: I do this stuff for a living all the time. I'm not backup stuff, but IT stuff for a living. That's the last thing I want to do when I get home is have to fool with stuff like this.
I want it like it was in the good old days.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, I was burned years ago and lost a lot of data. That's why I'm anal
I got
about
you.
backing
Yeah.
up.
Well, I agree.
It only takes one time for you to do something, for you to lose something. I've talked to people. I think one of our co-hosts one time, Josh. I think he was a scenario where him or one of his family members lost some data because of ransomware
Right.
and didn't have a backup.
No, isn't one
I made a
like,
believer out of them.
didn't you say one's like called dupe? Isn't that right? One of the types of backup, or isn't that what
I
you
think it was like Deja Dupe or something. But
Okay.
I think
No,
that's
not a
just
big deal.
No.
But
just curious?
yeah, so
Linux thing.
if you're a Crash Plan customer and you for home and you pay for it, if you hadn't got an email from them, you're probably going to get one soon. So I'll keep you updated as to what I decide to do. But I know at least I have until I can kick this can down the road a little bit. But the problem is whenever you decide to move to another service, I'm going to have to re-upload all my data to them, and that takes time.
Right.
And while you're uploading it to them, you're somewhat unprotected.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, these backup services, you don't push your data to them every day or every week. You only send the changes to them. So once you get that initial seed out there, it doesn't take long after that to keep it in,
How many
updated.
computers are you backing up?
Currently, multiple, about 5. That's gonna have to go away too because it's gonna get way too expensive. Another reason I use Crash
Could
Plan.
you back all that up to? Okay, does Carbonite? I guess for your Drobo, could you attach that to the one computer you're backing up and back everything up to the Drobo?
That's what I'm gonna have to do.
Does that breach their terms of service?
No, Carbonite and
Are you sure?
Backblaze.
No, I'm talking about Carbonite. That doesn't breach their.
You can with one of the Carbonite plans. There's like 3 different levels in that middle tier and the higher tier. You could do one external drive, and it had to be physically attached. It couldn't be networked.
For who now?
Carbonite.
For Carbonite?
Yeah.
Hey, how
Why don't you just do an iSCSI then?
I scuzzy.
Hey,
Why?
what
What'd I do?
about?
Because then it'll look like it's physically attached.
Well, my Drobo is physically attached USB.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not NAS. I didn't buy the expensive model.
Oh, look how open dedupe. Open DEDUP. Dedupe your data to local or cloud storage.
Well, there's a lot of solutions that you can back up stuff locally. There's one Duplicati. There's one.
I'm going to look into this one.
One begins
Is
with a
this-
K. I can't remember what it's called, but basically, those softwares you can roll your own. You can back up locally. You can even like pay for like storage space in the cloud, like Amazon S3, or even use like Google Drive, and that software enables that basically to be cloud backup without paying for a cloud backup service.
Yeah, I've heard of dedupe, but this would be interesting to see if
I just want one thing that works. By golly, I just want it to work. I don't want to have to set a bunch of crap. Again, I'm being an angry get off my lawn guy, and I apologize to everybody for that. But
no. I mean, that's what we do here sometimes.
I want it to work. And I got in a Twitter conversation with Backblaze the other night because I told him, I was like, hey, y'all offer, where you can back it up locally in addition to the cloud. Like, oh, we just specialize in just cloud backup. I said, well, if you would do this, if you would offer this piece to your software to people who pay for your subscription, you could get a ton of customers right now because I've been reading the Twitters in the Twitter sphere.
Right.
There's a lot of folks just like me that are that use Crash Plan.
Right.
They backed up to the cloud. They also backed up locally.
Wasn't there a free Crash Plan at one time? It was it wasn't much storage, but
no. The free part of Crash Plan is you could do computer to computer for free.
Oh, that was it.
And at my church, that's how I do it.
Right.
I have a box that's a backup, and it's not off site.
Hey, this says here, this open dedupe is AES CBC 256-bit encryption.
Oh, talk about encryption.
Wow.
That's one thing I wanted to mention because this will get Bruce's attention. So I did do some minimal research.
That's
and Backblaze is very good in the fact that you can encrypt your data is encrypted the moment it leaves your PC when you send it to the cloud, and you control the key, which means they cannot decrypt your data. So it's encrypted in transit and at rest on their servers. They can't get to it.
Yeah,
you have the key. Here's the kicker: on Macintoshes with Carbonite, that is not the case.
Oh yeah,
just a Mac client, according to a Mac Rumors not a Mac Rumors article, a Mac World article. Mac World article.
When was it dated?
Oh, recently.
Okay.
Because they're talking about how to some ways to move from Crash Plan to other solutions. So yeah, this is fairly recent, unless their information's out of date, and hopefully it is, because that would be kind of bad news. Because that's another thing is when you're evaluating backup services, you got to think about security. You don't want them having access to your data. You're just paying them to store it, not sit there and try to mill through your stuff and try to make money off of it. Not that any business would ever do that.
Make money? Well, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I've got some an article here from TechCrunch about the announcement. I've got this from Macworld about some options to move off of Crash Plan for Home. It's geared towards Macs, obviously. It's a Macworld article, but this is an ongoing thing. And to all those listeners that I recommended Crash Plan to, I greatly apologize to you. Crash Plan, I don't own the company. We're all at the mercy of these companies, and when they decide that they can make more money doing other business opportunities, and they don't give a crap. That's bottom line.
You heard it here first.
Yep, you heard it here first. If there's any companies that offer online backup and would like for us to review them for our listeners, send us an email, guru@heytechieshow.com.
There you go.
And I will review them because I'm about to have to start figuring out what I'm going to do. I mean, I got till February, but I've got to get something figured out next month or two.
Well, there you go.
So rant's over.
Oh, is that it? Oh, I'm sorry.
I could rant the next 2 hours about it, but I don't think our listeners want to hear me rant about Crash Plan any longer.
Well, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? So
I can rant about something else though. Bruce will really love this.
Well, he's really.
I'm reading through these terms of service.
Oh, well, I'll say enough here to get his attention. So, a while back, Verizon offered, it brought their unlimited stuff back. You could pay, we talked about it on the show, it's probably been a month or two ago.
Yes.
Well, they came out this week. This is an article from Fierce Wireless. It's also being reported by Ars Technica and The Verge that they've kind of yet again revamped their unlimited plans. They have 3 different plans. Go Unlimited, which starts at $75 a month for one line. Beyond Unlimited for $85, and then a Business Unlimited, which is aimed directly for just enterprises. and they're available for users who sign up for AutoPay, which we already talked about that a while back. But anyway, here's the kicker. So if you get that what was that Go Unlimited, that's $75 a month, you could see reduced speeds at any time if the network is congested, and they're going to cap the video streaming at 480p for smartphones and 720p for tablets, with no way to access higher resolution on either kind of device. That's it. 480p, 720p, you're done. If you pay for the next tier, that beyond unlimited, you could see reduced speeds if you surpass 22 gigs of data in a billing cycle, and your video streaming is 720p on smartphones and 1080p on tablets. So basically, with those two consumer plans for unlimited 4K streaming on cellular is completely out of the question. These fancy iPhone 8s with these OLED displays, with these iPad Pros and all these fancy devices that could do 4K, can't stream it on there. Sorry.
Not on their network.
But here's the real kicker. Here's the real kicker.
Okay.
I'm quoting from the Fierce Wireless article here. It says existing customers can reportedly keep their current plans.
Of course.
Yeah. But all Verizon users will be subject to the new policies regarding video streaming.
We wouldn't do anything to hurt our customers.
So basically, even if you're not an unlimited subscriber, I take that as you're going to be affected by this as well.
Yeah.
If you pay for your data, like I have so many gigs that I pay for a month, I'm affected by this as well. Even though I'm paying for this data, I can't stream 4K either if I wanted to.
We should all just drop our phones.
Yeah,
I agree.
Let's just turn them in.
Just no more phones. Just don't have any.
Let's go back. Let's go back to the flip phones and the bag phones.
Well,
and the StarTAC phones.
No, nothing. Yeah. Nothing. Just nothing. Just smoke signals.
Smoke signals.
Back and forth. Mom, we just get rid of this laptop.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us, folks.
Yeah, enjoyed it.
106.
God bless you.
106.
106. We've laid down all electronic devices, according to Bruce. So I'm on the way to go.
Yeah, Hey Techies go. They unplug completely.
Speaking of unplugging, I have an article that I ran across here just going over the show, getting ready for the show. I did not know this. Bruce, did you know that apparently Roku now, according to this study,
yes, I did,
is what?
Market leader.
Is the market streaming
37%?
Yes, you've been looking at my notes.
Nope.
I'm just kidding.
Next is the Fire Stick.
Yeah. Yeah, Amazon.
Yep.
And then Google.
Then
Chromecast.
And then last.
Well, if you think about
Apple and other.
It's like
I heard the other.
Roku's been around the longest.
Hey, I heard the other. I heard the other down there in the little is Windows Phone. The one that's the other. Never mind. See, I thought that was funnier than it was. Oh, Bruce is in another world.
You sure am. Sorry.
Yes, you are.
My bad.
Nah, it's okay.
Okay.
No, that's all right. I know we're boring you. That's okay.
No.
Let's see. They're saying that Roku is the cheapest option, which I'm sure that's true. But I was thinking that Chromecast was pretty inexpensive if you wanted to go that route.
I would say Chromecast and Roku are probably the same.
It says Roku Express Stick is around $30.
Yeah.
They've got that. I haven't seen that one, but I did know they had something like that.
I mean,
they also have one of their versions, and this is not news, but if you're listening and you didn't know this, they have a remote that has headset jack in it.
Yeah.
Where you can feed the audio to a headset remotely, and that helps people who are trying to watch something without not disturbing others.
Wait, what's the difference?
What's the difference?
Between a Roku and a Roku Express?
Probably fewer features.
Some dollars.
Obviously. Last time I looked at Roku's, they had like 3 or 4 models, and the more expensive ones did more features.
I don't know.
Now this report.
Go ahead.
This report claims that 1/3 of U.S. broadband households. Now I want to make sure that's clear. That according to this, they only looked at broadband households. now own a streaming media player and 45% own a smart TV, which I'm sure that this.
Ooh, what's that?
So that's weird. 45% of broadband households own a smart TV.
How many?
45.
I could believe that because the prices have
Well,
come
pretty
way
much
down.
any
But
TV.
but that's
is a
what I
smart
was
TV.
getting at.
Like you don't have a
I'm
choice.
wondering I'm wondering if some of the participants maybe didn't know
Yeah, may not know
that
what
their
a
TV
smart
was
TV.
even a smart TV.
Yeah.
Is your TV a smart TV? I hope not.
I would say technically all my TVs are smart TVs.
All mine are not. But I
Yeah,
have-
all of mine aren't
I mean,
either. But now my
Okay, what classifies a TV as a smart TV? The fact that it already has apps built in.
yes,
Yes.
that's
it.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
Then I would say all of mine.
Well, yeah,
Well,
yours
all mine
probably
are
do.
not.
I know one of mine doesn't.
All of mine have the
I
ability
have-
to do Netflix natively, which I don't use it for.
Yeah. Only two of mine are.
I don't even have mine
two of
hooked
mine
up
are
to the
smart TV.
internet, to be honest.
Well, I mean but it's still a smart TV.
Yeah.
You have the capability. It's just like
Well,
you
now
have
that
a-
is just not a surprise.
Did I?
I mean,
Yeah.
tell us something we didn't know.
and
We
I-
could have
and
guessed
I'm
that.
I'm like the Luddite here with only like two of my TVs are smart TVs.
I will say this though, I think a few months ago I said something about getting a Roku, and I really liked it.
Yes.
Because I probably have too many streaming sticks. I have Roku, I have the Amazon Fire Sticks, and I have.
those
Chromecast.
Amazon ones are awful.
To me, they're not bad.
I've went through several of them because they were just not very well built.
Well, when we come back, we'll finish our discussion. I just saw the clock, and we need to run. The Hey Techie Show will be right back.
I'm not running anywhere.
Yeah, he's not. He really isn't.
Don't delay, act now. Running out.
Welcome into the Hey Techie Show from break. Hope you're having a great time. 256-782-5600. And you can be on the Hey Techie Show. We were just in the break discussing Roku devices and built-in
And
apps versus an app.
Yeah, and surprise, Bruce and I don't agree on
Yeah.
this.
Guru wants built-in hardware. I want
Yeah, it's less
aftermarket
it's
hardware.
less complicated. It's all there. It's it's all in one solution.
I could be wrong, but I think I know where this may stem from,
Okay.
Guru. Bruce and I are probably from, and you probably remember this too, we're probably from the era of component stereo equipment.
Sure.
Meaning this. I remember when I was a kid. That's all I
remember
wanted.
that too. Yeah.
Your speaker. I know you
had
do.
a
Your
receiver.
speakers were this tall.
Yeah.
Your receiver was a piece. This was a piece. I even had a graphic EQ. I mean, I had it all.
You're fancy.
Yeah, and it wasn't the most expensive thing, but I had pieced it together.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
When people went over to Michael's house, he'd tell them this.
yeah.
He looks for every opportunity.
Yes, he does.
I'm kind of a big deal because I have this fancy.
Well, actually, it was
High
not.
fantasy.
It was not high end.
You had a graphic
stuff.
EQ.
Okay, so let's get back to the.
But I mean, it's
the
just
issue at hand
piece
here.
by piece.
Well, my point is, so for example, I have, like I was saying before the break, I have Rokus, I have Fire Sticks, and I have Chromecast.
Yes.
For the very first thing I had was the Chromecast. Enjoyed it, man. Just straight to my phone, works. Still like that feature. Then I have the Fire Stick because I have Amazon Prime, and of course they've added where you can log into Netflix on it now. You can log into HBO, Showtime, all that jazz. But their interface on it is just they've changed it recently, but it's I don't know. It was missing something. So then I get the Roku. And actually, it was given to me, one of them. Actually, two of them.
Oh.
And I bought a third one. And that's pretty much what I've swapped all my TVs to, even though the other two devices are still plugged in. And I could go to them. I don't. Actually, no, I think I've uninstalled the Fire Sticks because, they just didn't need to be sitting there being unused. But anyways.
Wasting all that
I digress.
energy.
Sure. That wasn't my concern.
Go.
But the fact that it's more like, I don't want to say traditional TV, but you're able to, click on this to go to Netflix, click on that to go to this thing. It's basically channel based. I guess that's the best thing. It's channel based, so it feels like traditional TV ish. But I know Netflix has these shows. I know, HBO has these. But from their main menu, I can just search for something, and it'll say, here's where you can view this. I think they've got a long way to go on that to make it better. I'm not going to say what I think they should do because then they may steal my idea. But I think they're headed in the right direction, and to me, it is the most all-encompassing device out of all of them. The only thing that it lacks, and I haven't used the Roku app on my phone, but to be able to cast natively to it. And the first generation ones you could do that with, but all the newer ones you cannot cast straight from your phone to it.
Yeah.
Except through maybe through the Roku app. Haven't done that. But a lot of what I used to cast was stuff that I just pull up on the Roku anyway.
Yeah.
But I definitely want that as a separate device. So as maybe hardware improves, or just some new function that comes out that they have with that, I can swap it on my TV. I'm not tied to the way that TV thinks I should.
Yeah.
I have more options available
Yeah,
to me.
I can see that, but I'm just the minimalist. I don't want a bunch of extra boxes and things plugged into my TV.
I understand. I totally understand. Well,
And
it's not a box. I mean, it's a stick.
I know, but a thing.
Sure.
And I know I take a risk of obsolescence early. And if that
Not just that.
if that happens, then I go buy something to plug into it.
You also risk the TV manufacturer updating your set and leaving it unusable, which Samsung has done recently.
Well, I don't buy Samsung TVs.
Guru does not want dongles installed in his TV.
No extra dongles.
No
please.
extra dongles. That is the show title. No extra dongles.
I'm just saying. I have not. I do not like a quote unquote smart TV. Because then
You want a dumb TV?
Yeah, I do.
Because by golly, I'm gonna be the smart one here.
Exactly. I can control, I can control in a different way what goes out from that TV.
You want a monitor. You don't want any. You want just you plug in your input device.
Yes,
and
I
go.
choose. I choose.
Yeah.
whereas I don't want to be stuck to what they say.
I just want it to work.
Yeah, I mean, I could see casting. I could see casting built into a TV. I have at least one TV that has casting natively built in. But I'm probably going to have to go through a refresh here soon, at least on the living room.
Oh,
so
you'll have to share that journey with us.
Maybe have to convince my wife first.
But I don't know. That's always an important.
I'm
thing.
also debating: do I wait for 8K? So
yeah, or you wait for it to come out in 4K. It's a lot
8K.
cheaper.
Speaking of that,
Speaking of that,
it is not.
Stay
breaking.
tuned for our dose.
Yeah, that too. So I was perusing through the stores this week, and this is not new, but and I don't want to sit here and say it's new to me. I guess maybe it isn't.
It's new.
It's
breaking news.
It isn't breaking.
It is.
Spit it out.
That's why I was waiting for that to come out. Spit it out, Michael. No. If you go peruse through the DVD section of your stores, if you do that, you'll notice now that
There's still DVD sections in the store.
Yes, you'll notice that. But you'll also notice that Ultra HD 4K DVDs are there in the store.
Okay.
That you can buy that. You know how some of them have like Blu-ray, digital copy, DVD?
Yeah.
This has Ultra HD.
Sure.
But you have to have an Ultra HD player to play it. A regular Blu-ray player won't play the Ultra HD.
Really?
No.
I thought Blu-ray supported 4K.
I don't think so. I think because it even notices on there, it talks about having a player that supports Ultra HD 4K. And obviously you're going to have a TV that supports it.
Sure.
I'm pretty sure that's a new player. I don't think your
let me just do
regular
a
Blu-ray
here. Ultra.
Yeah, I don't think a regular Blu-ray player will play Ultra HD 4K. I mean, not in that scale. I don't think so.
We got keep vamping here while.
Well, I could be wrong, but I really think I'm right on this.
Well, here's Samsung Blu-ray and Walmart.com.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely UHD Blu-ray.
Yeah,
players.
UHD
Blu-ray and DVD player with 4K Ultra HD upscaling. No.
Yeah, but I think that's new though.
Samsung 4K Ultra HD Wi-Fi built-in Blu-ray player with HDR capability.
Okay, so I'm still right because that right there is new. My point is, if you have one from like 3 or 4 years ago, it's
your
probably
PS3 is not going to play 4K. Essentially, is what you're saying.
Right.
What you can't? I want to see the process thing, but you here's the thing. You know, some of these stores. I'm gonna rant about Walmart here now. This is like rant hour.
They're teaming up with Google.
No, but that's true. But I'm trying to see what the process is, and it says like add the cart to see the price.
Add the cart.
Yeah, I've seen.
But
that.
you do that, and it wants your first name, last name, email address.
Yeah, they want to be able to send you targeted ads.
I'm gonna say
he's interested in that, so he might be interested in this 4K Ultra TV.
Don't email me at gmail.com.
Just no reply at gmail.com.
197.98.
Oh, there you go.
I said, John Public, don't email me at email.com. And it worked.
John Public.
Take that, Walmart.
Somebody's laughing about that.
They've tied it to you.
Oh, sure. They've tied it to you.
I'm on VPN.
Oh, there you go.
This ain't bad. Samsung 65-inch 4K.
Oh, we're looking through TVs. Well,
we got 3 minutes. What else can we talk about while he's on?
Well, no, I mean, I don't know. But
we'll go ahead and tease the second hour. There's tons of rumors coming up.
Absolutely.
We got rumors.
Yeah.
If not, we'll make some up.
And there was a rumor that I saw a video this week of a black Surface Book.
Yeah.
Intel.
Yeah, one of our coworkers shared that with me as well. And SpaceX, I don't know if I have an article, but they launched earlier
today and landed.
15th landing of the Falcon 9.
Yeah,
wow.
And
that's what's so impressive about this. They're launching and they're doing it very efficiently, but they're able to that first stage, able to put it back either on the land or on that drone ship. That's just amazing to me.
That is amazing.
Just getting cheap.
What country was that? It was
Indonesia.
Taiwan, wasn't it? Indonesia. It was some satellites for Indonesia or something.
Yeah, it was some sort of research in the sun.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
But it was very interesting. You know, they have live webcasts of the launch. They launched from the West Coast this time at Vandenberg.
Vandenberg.
And just the other week they launched that the resupply mission to the space station.
Right.
From
and that made it safely too.
Oh yeah. It was last week, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's correct.
It launched on a Monday. I think Wednesday is when it
And
docked.
you know the funny thing about that is, Guru,
what's that?
The eclipse didn't affect it at all.
No,
I don't. It didn't stop it at all.
Well, there's a little inside joke here, and with some of my coworkers, we said on Monday if things weren't working right, we were going to blame it on the eclipse.
Yeah, it was the eclipse's fault. Yes.
It was funny though. A couple months ago, we put in something new. I won't say what it was on air, but every time something would break, people was like, "Well, what's that new thing y'all put in broke it?" It has nothing to do with it. So we were going to blame on the eclipse this time, but nothing broke though. So
yeah,
the eclipse got off scot-free.
What you mean? We didn't get a bunch of articles how cell phone networks broke, and there wasn't a bunch of reports.
I did see an article talking about
Looting
people
going?
using Google traffic, looking at that before and after the eclipse. You could see the path of totality and see the people coming and going on the interstates.
I wonder if there was. I didn't hear any news reports about major traffic jams. I'm sure there were some, but I missed them.
I saw firsthand accounts. It was someplace it was awful, as expected. I mean,
okay.
I mean, it's just not.
You can tell I have unwound from national news on several levels.
Surely not.
Yes, I have. Yes, I have. And I feel better about it.
Well, good. I'm glad you feel better. Less stress in your life, correct?
Sure. Yeah. And Bruce is doing his own thing tonight, which is good.
Yeah.
It's good. I catch out of the corner of my eye. He's just doing his own thing.
click,
And it's
click,
really
click,
good.
You know, while he's been doing that, we've killed like 2 minutes of the show.
Yeah, well,
and it's about time for news.
As we should. And guess what? Our
dose
is just around the corner. So if you would like to call in and join us, we'd sure love to have you in our dose. So don't forget 256-782
5600.
Hey Techies Show.
You've listened this long, so stick around for our dose.
Live from NPR News in Washington, I'm Barbara Klein. Forecasters are warning Hurricane Harvey will be a major life-threatening storm when it makes landfall late Friday or early Saturday. The National Hurricane Center is urging residents on the Texas Gulf Coast to complete emergency preparations today. NPR's Greg Allen reports several communities have ordered mandatory evacuations.
The mayor of Corpus Christi told residents in low-lying areas to consider leaving, but stopped short of ordering a mandatory evacuation. Officials in Aransas, Refugio, and San Patricio counties have ordered residents to leave. Oil companies have pulled workers from offshore rigs and begun shutting down some refineries. The main concern with Hurricane Harvey is flooding. The storm is expected to bring a 6 to 12-foot storm surge to an area from Padre Island to Sargent, Texas. Forecasters say Harvey is likely to stall as it makes landfall, dumping 15 to 25 inches of rain on the Texas coast and as much as 35 inches in some areas. Greg Allen, NPR News.
Florida has carried out its first execution in more than a year and a half. A new lethal injection drug was administered to a 53-year-old convicted murderer, and there was concern over whether the new protocol should have been used. Wilson Sayer of member station WLRN was there.
Mark Asay was pronounced dead at 6:22 p.m. local time. He was the first person in the United States to be executed using a drug called etomidate. The state started stockpiling it when the old drug it used expired. Given that this anesthetic had not been used for executions in the U.S., many were concerned about whether it was appropriate for lethal injection. In the minutes that passed before Asay was declared dead, he did not exhibit any signs of any problems with the new protocol. Asay was convicted of killing 2 men in Jacksonville in 1987. He is the first white person to be executed in Florida for killing a black person. For NPR News, I'm Wilson Sayer in Stark, Florida.
U.S.-backed Iraqi forces say they're making more gains as they battle to drive ISIS militants from Tal Afar. 5 days into the operation, the spokesman for U.S.-led coalition there, Ryan Dillon, says ISIS is about to lose control of the city.
In Tal Afar, the enemy is completely surrounded. Daesh fighters are being killed, they are being deprived of their resources, and they are on the cusp of yet another defeat.
Tal Afar is one of the Islamic State's last remaining strongholds in Iraq. The Navy says it has suspended the underwater search for sailors missing after the USS John McCain collided with an oil tanker near Singapore early Monday. 1 sailor is confirmed dead. 9 others are listed as missing. Divers continued to search flooded compartments inside the U.S. destroyer. On Wall Street today, the Dow fell 28 points, the Nasdaq lost 7. This is NPR.
Technologic.
Hey, Techie Show! Hey, Techie Show! Hey, Techie Show! Hey, Techie Show!
Use it, break it, fix it, trash it, change it, melt, upgrade it, charge it, point it, zoom it, press it, snap it, work it, quick erase it, write it, cut it, paste it, save it, load it, check it.
I think Bruce is very excited about our dose.
Really? You can tell. It's all. I mean,
yeah,
it's really exciting.
He was just
yeah.
bouncing off the walls.
I mean, he was saying, "Hey, Techie Show," and that really voice that he does. I mean, geez.
Yeah.
Well, welcome to the hour dose of the Hey Techie Show, and we'd be glad to have you here.
What were we talking about in the first
We
hour?
talked about everything that no one wants to know
Well, were we
about.
bringing something into the second hour, or was it just stay tuned for rumors?
Sure, stay tuned for rumors.
We teased the rumors, but really
we
didn't
got
tease
more than
nothing
that.
else.
I mean, come on. What do you take us for?
Yeah.
Good grief.
Well, we'll say this. You know, we kind of alluded to some Google and Walmart and Amazon stuff.
Yes.
But apparently Google and Walmart are partnering up for voice shopping to challenge Amazon's Alexa.
Voice shopping.
Yeah, so I don't understand how this is a thing. I mean, I because you would think Amazon has made it easy with the dash buttons. Because you can pretty much, I mean, you can get any dash button now. You know, just
I've heard of that. Yeah.
So I would think, you know, that's really one of those things you can just press and say I need it. But I don't. To me, I still want to go look at it, see what the price is, and think, okay, yeah, I want that. And instead of saying Alexa, order blah 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 blah.
So this will not be an enormous population so much as the fact that I know some people that are definitely in this situation, but anyone very visually impaired.
Oh, sure.
No, I know you weren't discounting that. I'm just bringing it up that the voice ordering would definitely be something that might help those.
Yeah. No,
but I agree.
I guess I need to order something and see what the experience is like.
But I agree with you though. Having the deal where you just want to go see it, I'm that way too.
Well, I just recently ordered a dog bed. I was waiting. Why I was waiting so long, I don't know. But I ordered my dog a new bed. I actually ordered him 2 because the first one I bought was too big to go in his crate. So I was like, well, we'll keep that one, and that will be like his nighttime in the room bed. But for his crate one, I was like, I need to get the next size down. Which I thought, man, this is crazy. The smaller one is more expensive than the bigger one.
Seriously?
Yes. So I waited and waited. I probably waited like a good month, and then the price was back down to what it should have been. It was actually about $4 or $5 less than the bigger one. So I went ahead and bought it. But still, like, I had to see that. It's like I don't see saying Alexa order blah blah blah. And it, because the thing is that there's multiple of that same product.
And if your system just ordered blah blah blah,
yeah. Alexa, order a Google Home.
Alexa, play Taylor Swift's latest Single.
Well, you can't play unless you're paying for Amazon Prime's music. Well, the Amazon Music subscription. I don't think there's a single Taylor Swift song on Prime.
That's what we could do. A whole hour of coming up with things we could say. Alexa, do this, and find out if somebody would let us.
Or Siri, call 911.
Yeah, that too as well.
But yeah, I don't know. Maybe I just need to order something with Alexa and just not.
Right on the show. You could do it live right here on the show. Even give your credit card number over the air.
Yeah, I'm kind of
1, 2,
curious.
3, 4, 5,
You know
6,
what?
7, 8.
Expiration date yesterday.
And the security code.
12 of 2020.
Don't forget to give the security code. They're going to need
1,
that.
2, 3, 4.
Yeah. 0004.
I just don't know. You know?
Not sure. Yeah, well, I'm not a big fan of. Be honest with you, I don't do a lot of online ordering. But
are you serious?
No, I know. I it's not that I don't like it. I just don't. I just don't do it.
I will say this:
my wife likes it.
I don't think I have.
So she orders for you as well.
Sure.
Okay.
I don't think I have paid. You know how every year you're supposed to renew your Amazon Prime membership. I don't think they've ever charged me.
Well, you got very fortunate.
Well, I think I spent enough money that they're just like, you're good. I really haven't. Like I've waited every year. Like, is it time to renew this thing? And never have been charged.
I know there's been times where like their Prime shipping failed me and didn't arrive when they said.
Yeah.
And if I email their customer service, a lot of times they'll say, "Well, we'll give you extra month of Prime."
Guru's going to get angry with me.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, he is. But I've just noticed something, Bruce.
What's that?
And I know my eyes cannot be deceiving me.
What?
No, they're
what's
not
that?
deceiving. No, they're not deceiving me. Do you know what a fav icon is on a website?
Yeah, the little thing that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Taylor's fav icon just changed on the. It's all black, but the fav icon at the top changed. It was like a pink thing, and now it's like a solid.
I don't see it.
It's in the tab. It's in my tab. I probably own.
No, it's been that way.
It's been that way. It looks different.
Yeah. No.
You sure?
Yeah, because that's whenever I was checking the source code earlier.
There you go. False alarm.
And if you go to the domain and put /favicon.ico, you can see it in your browser window too. It's very small, but it looks like a little house.
You sure? Well, where was I seeing one that looked like a pink, some kind of?
Yeah, I don't know because.
Don't worry about it. Forget it. Never mind. Continue.
Right.
Sorry.
Nothing's changed. All the same.
False
Heard
alarm.
it here first.
False alarm. Yeah.
False alarm. Well, how about this? Something
Heard it here
we haven't
first.
talked about. When this ain't heard it here first. So Google announced what Android O is going to be called.
Yes, Oreo.
Yeah, Oreo.
Yes, I don't know if y'all knew that or not.
I did know that.
Of course.
Android 8.0.
And that was what I think that's what pretty much everybody rumored.
Well, there was some talk about are they going to do that again because apparently there was a bunch of uproar from the last time when they used Kit Kat.
Right.
But like, what does it matter? It's just a name. It's Android 8.0 if you want to really get specific. But
it shows where I've been billed, but I promise you that's never shown up on my credit card.
Is it a thing now we really just don't care about
somebody else's credit
about
card?
Android's code names?
Well, seeing how I'll never get it on the phone that I have now, or the last two major releases, no, I don't care. I mean, I'm really going to have to get another device to even come close to getting this.
I will say they're adding a lot of features that are nice.
You just need to get an iPhone, Michael.
Yeah, okay, let's see. Let's talk about those features. Snooze a notification.
Which I'm pretty sure that's already there.
Which I would assume is. Let's see. The second one on this Computer World article puts something into picture-in-picture mode.
Okay, yeah, that's new. That is
Split screen feature, basically.
Well, yeah, but not really. It'll
I know
put
what
it
you're
in
talking
about.
Smaller, yeah. Got it.
Oh, you'll like this. I got something when you get a minute.
Explore Oreo's notification channels. apparently you can have more control over notifications, I guess.
Yeah.
Themed notifications. Some of this I don't care about, be quite honest with you. Let's see, smart Wi-Fi setting.
What's smart about it? I mean, other than it remembers.
It says tap Wi-Fi preference on the next screen and then activate toggle next to turn Wi-Fi on and off automatically, I guess. I don't know what this is about. I'm sorry.
Well, how about this? This is an article from Boy Genius Report. There's something that's tucked into the Android Oreo code called Project Treble.
Yeah.
And with Project Treble, Google is aiming to help Android device makers and carriers push out Android updates faster than the current schedule.
Yep.
Yeah, good luck.
From Google's own documentation, I'm reading this article here. Project Treble is described as a sort of software modularization that would help out with fast updates.
Are you saying trouble?
Treble. Treble.
Okay. Sorry, I was trying to make sure I got
like
that right.
Like a treble clef.
I got it.
Music.
Treble.
A few months ago, we learned this BGR
like
said we learned that Google's current Pixel models will work with Project Treble or Treble.
Sounds like trouble.
Trouble with Treble, which might extend their life past the guaranteed 2 years of Android updates. Just may help with longevity of devices, and when you buy an Android device, it'll last more than 9 months.
We shall
with
see.
The latest OS. And how many years back is the latest iOS working? More than 9 months. It's years. Ooh, what?
I don't
What about that?
We've said this I don't know how many times on the show. Trust me, it's one of my. It's a real frustration for me.
Oh, absolutely.
Frustration.
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 You're flustered.
I mean, it's probably one of the two top reasons I would ever consider leaving Android.
There should be 3.
I agree with you.
Because
there's just
because Guru says you need one. No. That's number one.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't have I could use it. I'd be fine. Wouldn't have a problem with that. I tell you right now, I know one thing. If I were to move to an iOS device like the iPhone, I would have a lot more choice in cases.
Yes.
I'd never see. You could go to a store.
Check out Amazon.
And there's. I don't want to. Yeah, I know. I want to go see one.
You can see it right on the screen.
Yeah.
And if
you can go to any store,
just send it back.
And there's 500 racks of iOS cases.
Oh, you can go to the trade.
And if you're lucky,
you probably go to the trade day.
If you're lucky, one of the device you have.
Well, that's why you can get an iPhone. It's ubiquitous.
Well, when we come back, we will probably bring up rumors in the next segment because I think we have an extended set of rumors.
Ooh, fun.
Yeah, we did that after a break last time.
And we're going to send Bruce home so he can get some sleep. Hey, Techies Show. Be right back.
No representation is made that the opinions of hosts here are better than those of the average tech show, but we think so.
Gamecock Outfitters, located on the square at 109 Ladica Street in Jacksonville, provides customers with outdoor apparel and gear. Gamecock Outfitters is able to help you find exactly what you need for every outdoor adventure. Gamecock Outfitters is open Tuesday through Friday from 10 o'clock to 5:30 and Saturday from 10 o'clock to 5 o'clock. For additional information, contact them at 256-435-2008 or check out their website at GadsdenOutfitters.com.
Fly me to the moon, let me play among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on
Bless you.
Oh, man. Welcome back in.
Hit you right as soon as you went up to the mic.
I know, to the Hey Techie Show. And if you want to be on the Hey Techie Show, 256-782-5600. And you can be our guest. Now, we have coming up right now, rumors.
It's getting him. He's choked up over all this.
Yeah, he's getting choked up over the rumors.
Good grief.
Maybe something happening on September 12th. Who knows? Maybe something happening in October. Who knows?
Who knows?
I told you, if you don't have them, I'll make some up.
Oh, of course.
No, we got plenty.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure.
I probably know a good bit of these, actually, surprisingly.
Yeah, where should we start?
But something with iPhone.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Okay, we'll start there.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So we do have a rumored date now. We talk about it's coming soon.
Yeah.
Well, the rumor now is the event date will be where they announce this stuff will be September 12th. Bruce got that right.
Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah.
This is probably all I'm going to get right tonight.
Never know. With a release date of September 22nd.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
That's kind of
fine in the neighborhood.
Historically, that
September, October.
Historically, that kind of follows their pattern.
Yeah, I don't think this is any kind of big surprise.
And this Mac Rumors article goes into some detail, and they even compare previous years. Like iPhone 7 announced September 7th, released September 16th. 2015, the 6S announced September 9th, released 25th September. So yeah, this is following in that typical Apple release schedule for this type of thing. So September 12th, mark your calendars. Even though it's not official, mark your calendars. Some more information about the iPhone 8. We've now got some rumors of storage. It is rumored to come in 64, 256, and 512 gig storage capacity.
Say those again?
64, 256, and 512 gigs.
Okay.
All with 32 gigs of RAM. This is the iPhone 8. This is not necessarily the 7S.
S and 7S Plus?
The current iPhone
Plus
7.
S?
I looked this up the other day. The current 7 that's currently for sale, you can get it in 32, 128, or 256. And we've talked about it on the show before.
Yeah, right.
It was like the big disparity
Right.
from 32 to 128.
So a possibly a 512
A 512.
for the 8.
Yeah. But all of them supposedly are rumored to come with not 32 gigs of RAM, 3 gigs of RAM. I misread that. 3 gigs of RAM. Man, imagine a phone with a cell phone with 32 gigs of RAM. Yeah, he's might well just go ahead and run a.
Yeah.
You just run a
server
off of it or something.
I'll just run a VM inside this.
That's right.
Just run Android.
Yeah. Can I run vSphere? Put a couple VMs in there.
Yeah. Oh, with an Atom processor.
Hey.
Could it, I wonder if the iOS. I wonder if those A chips could even address more than 8 gigs of RAM.
With 64-bit, what's the limitation? I would think it could do that much RAM.
An A10?
It's 64-bit,
A11?
though. If it's 64-bit, it should be able to.
Yeah.
Bruce, am I right?
Probably so.
Yeah, no, yeah.
that
Yeah,
sounds
it
right.
should be able to address that much. There is some rumors on the...
I just don't.
Go ahead.
I just don't think we'll ever see a phone in our lifetime with that much RAM.
You never know.
I just don't see the point.
I think we would have evolved to be on phones.
Well,
At
yeah,
that point.
I know, because we got to get to Mars as soon as possible, or we're all going to die. So yeah, go ahead, Guru.
Yeah, this is some rumors about the HomePod, and particularly the setup of said HomePod. Apparently, they've got some details. This is a Mac Rumors article again that suggests in broad strokes what users can expect when they first open their new HomePod and sync it with their iPhone. I know everybody's just been dying to know the details of how to set their HomePod up with their iPhone. Not really, but I'm trying to be funny there. Although the HomePod lacks a W1 chip, the speaker will connect and pair with iOS devices in some capacity. And one new image discovered within the iOS developer beta shows off a user interface similar to that of the AirPods pairing screen.
Yeah, but it would have to be Bluetooth. I mean, it's going to pair Bluetooth, I would assume.
Yeah,
I know it doesn't have.
According to some images, this is from iHelpBR. According to some images we found in the internal files of the system, the pairing of the HomePod will be very similar to the AirPods wireless headphones. When you turn the sound box on for the first time, iOS will ask users if they want to perform a setup with that iPhone, iPad, or iPod Touch.
Yeah.
You know, and I will say this, Apple's very good about the setup of new devices like this, these peripheral devices. Like, for example, I've had first-hand experience setting up new Apple Watches lately and pairing them with my phone. And if you've never set up an Apple Watch, when you first turn it on, you know, it'll ask you what language and what, you know, country you're in. And after that, it'll say, like, you have a button on it that says Start Pairing. It'll tell you to load the Apple Watch app on your iOS device. And then it's got some sort of pattern visually on the watch, and you just hold up the camera on your phone to that.
Yeah.
And then it starts pairing. It is that simple. And it asks you a few questions. Do you want a passcode? Do you want to do this? Then you want to set up Apple Pay? But then it's done.
Yeah.
You couldn't ask for an easier setup.
They paying you this week?
No, they're not.
Okay, just checking.
I'm just speaking from experience because I've had to unpair and repair.
Yeah.
I'm on my 3rd Apple Watch in the last month.
Good Lord.
Well, let me just tell you, I got a story, and we'll come to it later. Let's get to the rumors. I got a story. I'm on my 3rd Apple Watch this month.
I did not realize that.
Yeah, I
must have missed.
I haven't told you. Yeah. But I've been in and out this week and haven't seen that much. So here's an interesting one. So we've talked about Apple working on a self-driving car.
Yes, I know about this one, actually.
So Apple is planning to develop a self-driving shuttle service that will transport Apple employees from one building to another as part of its autonomous vehicle efforts.
In Palo Alto.
Yes. Apple's, quote, open secret, end quote, car project has shifted focus from a full autonomous vehicle to an autonomous driving system last year. And to test that system, Apple reportedly used it on employee shuttles. So there's more details in this MacRumors article.
Well, I hear they're about 3 years behind.
I have one that's
I mean, it's firsthand experiences. I mean, it kind of makes sense. I mean,
I have one from ReadWrite also, and what I found fascinating was the last line in here. It says the permit that they've been given, this company's been given, shows the firm using 3 Lexus cars to test its software.
Yeah, there was a mention about some Lexus vehicles too in there.
Well, okay.
I know you're particular to the Lexus cars.
Well, yeah, I do like them, but that was just interesting.
I wonder if they took away disabled parking to park them when they're unloading.
I don't know. That is a good question. I mean, that's something that they need to check on because apparently
we're taking away the parking for people
Calgary,
that are physically challenged.
In Calgary Airport, apparently they did that this week.
You shared that with me earlier, and I was like, really? That was a bonehead decision by somebody.
I think part of it was a mistake because they were actually, it was like a promo that Lexus was doing, and Lexus was unaware that they were going to put those in those spots.
Yeah, and probably the airport wasn't the airport people.
Somebody goofed.
Well, I'm saying the people in charge of the airport probably realized they were doing that too. Somebody made that decision and probably don't have a job right now.
That's possible.
I don't know what the laws are in Canada, but I know here in the States, you have to have so many of those places per number of spots. So if you have a parking lot with 8,000 parking places like an airport, you have to have so many of those. But I don't know how the laws are in Canada.
Yeah, well, anyway, that's just a side story.
One more rumor. So Samsung, this is sort of a rumor, Samsung confirms work on a speaker to compete with the Apple HomePod and Amazon Echo. I mean, surprise, surprise, but they're indeed working on a smart speaker. It was Samsung Mobile President DJ Ko told CNBC yesterday. This is their quote here. Maybe soon we will announce it. I'm already working on it, he said in an interview following the Galaxy Note 8 launch.
Next week, I got a rumor. Next week, the Hey Techie Show is going to announce a new smart speaker that we're going to release in the fall of 2045.
2045?
Yes. Right around the eclipse in 2045.
We can call it the Eclipse Pod.
Right. We're going to call it the Eclipse Pod. Don't take that name from us yet.
Yeah,
we're going to go ahead and try to get that done. And I tell you, it's going to be great.
It's going to be the best.
It's going to be the best.
Fantastic.
It's going to be fantastic. It's going to be better than anything you could ever get.
You know who's going to help?
Be great.
You know who's going to help us sell it? The Trump Organization.
Well, that's true.
Donald Trump Jr.
But 2045, I don't know.
Yeah,
We'll get out there.
When Trump,
I think we got plenty of time to build the Capitol.
When Trump gets out of the White House, he'll need a new project, so he can start working on that, right?
I mean, it looks like to me that everybody is jumping on the bandwagon of a smart speaker.
I'm just not sold on these smart speakers. I don't want the thing listening to everything going on in my house.
Well, I want it listening to everything going on at Bruce's house, and then send that information to us.
Yeah, I want that.
Sure.
When he's sitting there like talking bad about us, like, man, dang co-hosts I have to deal with, they're just not professional.
Whatever.
They make me do everything.
Yeah, right. Yeah. They make. He's the talent. Make him do everything.
I have to come in here every week for 2 hours and try to keep the show
make
going.
him here, right?
Carry this thing. What are we talking about?
So, but yeah, my Apple Watch story. That's all the rumors, by the way, that I have. Do you have any, Michael?
Other than our
well, we already talked about that. Our speaker we're going to develop.
No, that wasn't the only thing. The other thing is I've got a text this week about a possible in the future, maybe
hopefully. Maybe.
Well, I don't care about hopefully because this doesn't really affect me. A black Surface Book with a new Intel chip.
Oh,
which is quad core.
Quad core.
Yes. Bruce is playing a Candy Crush, by the way, if you want to know on his phone. No, it's just mute his mic. No, that's what you're doing. You're playing Candy Crush.
And I think that's a good thing because I don't know if I've said this on air, but
or Pokemon Plus.
My plan is my next mobile device that I'm going to buy is going to be a Surface Book. What are you doing over there, Michael?
I'm playing Pokemon Go.
Pokemon Go.
Okay. With the air,
I want Microsoft
the air
to keep,
Pokemon Go.
I want Microsoft to keep developing these Surface Books. That way, in a year or 2 or 3, when I'm ready to buy a new laptop, I can get a Surface Book.
Yeah,
I'm serious.
I hear you.
That's what I want.
Well, I think I don't.
I will say this. Well, I know we talked about the carpet on the bathroom or in the bathroom of the laptop. The speakers on it sound really good.
I still think that's a good laptop. Even with that little issue that we might not all be crazy about, I did pick that product up, and I did use it for a limit. I didn't put it through its races. Obviously, I didn't have time, but it's a decent.
How much is it?
I wouldn't pay $1,000 for it. That's too much.
$1,000.
Yeah, that's too much for me.
And that's with the full OS.
That's with S.
I think you have to add.
That's with S.
That's $50 extra.
Yeah, I think that's right.
So you've already spent $1,000.
No, I think it's free.
For a while, for now.
No, I think you have to pay eventually. It's like $30 to $50 extra, isn't it? I was pretty sure that's right. We covered it on the show. But it's been a while.
What's the specs on it? 4 gigs of RAM and
yeah. I mean, it's nothing. I don't think it's to write home about, but it's a good form factor to me. It seemed like that it was a good form factor. However. It's just too. Yeah, it's too much. I was getting to that. It's too much.
It's too much for bathroom carpet.
Yeah, it could be.
But I will give it credit. The keyboard does type very well, and I'm very particular about my keyboards and how well they type.
That same cloth is in Teslas.
I was going to get to that.
Is that what you're getting to?
I was gonna. Well, no. You didn't do anything. I was gonna say it's in some luxury cars that I've recently seen, and one of them was that Tesla, and it's Alcantara, I think is how you say it.
Alcantara?
Is that Alcantara? That's it.
Just pulled that out of nowhere.
No, I think that's right.
But yeah, I don't know about it. Like I think I said last week on the show, it feels like it has some type of protective coating, but we'll see after a year.
Yeah, I don't know.
$1,000 for that?
As I said, I think it's too much.
Yeah, probably about $300 too much. I would have to see. I can't remember what the specs are though.
Yeah, $300 too much would. Yeah,
I could see paying $7 easily. That'd be a good buy. I'm gonna have to look up the specs.
So you want to hear my Apple Watch story?
Sure.
Yeah, in 1 second.
Okay.
1 second.
Sure, go ahead.
I do have a couple of YouTube channels I like to follow. One of them is the How To Car Guy. HOWTOCARGUY, and he does some really good reviews of different vehicles. And there is a couple of reviews he does, and I know Bruce has seen at least one of them of the Tesla, and it's really well done. And we'll put him on the show notes tonight. But How To Car Guy, you can look it up on YouTube. And he has a channel, and it's very interesting. He's actually a salesman up in North Carolina at a Lexus dealership.
Okay.
And he does some reviews. I've really enjoyed watching him. He's funny. And one thing, and I don't know if I've told you this, but one of the reviews he did, he was acting very serious. He was talking about a new Lexus feature where it had voice-activated door opening, unlocking.
Yeah.
And so he was away from the car, and he'd say, "Unlock doors." And then you would see that the doors unlock. And then he would say, "Lock doors. Open rear hatch." And then he kept going on with that. He said, and then he finally said, I was just kidding, folks. It's really not a feature. I've had the remote in my hand the entire time. And I just pressing the button. And it was pretty good. I mean, he did a good job. But he pulled it off real good. Because the way he does it, he has the camera close to his face when he talks about something. It's pretty funny. But I thought it was pretty good. And he and I have gone back and forth on Twitter a few times with some stuff. So it's been fun to talk
Now,
to.
is that the guy that I watched the second video?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
He did a really thorough. That was minus me making the video. Everything that I would have done looking at a new car.
Yeah.
As I look at every.
Well, he's a
little,
salesman.
Yeah,
he
I
sells
look at
cars.
every little nook and cranny.
Yeah, I agree with you. It would have been neat if he'd have gotten in the back.
Yeah, which I've read more about that. Apparently, that is not for adults.
Well, that's what I was wondering about.
Yeah, that third row seat in the Tesla S is not for adults.
Yeah. Well, anyway,
most third row seats aren't for adults in any vehicle.
That's
I mean,
mostly true.
Minivan, yeah. Huge SUV, yeah. But like, one of my family members has got a Toyota Highlander. It has third row seat.
Yeah,
it's just for the kids.
Really?
Yeah, it's like you basically don't have your legs up in your chest.
I will say on Tesla's website now
If you're
they
an
do
adult.
have the pre-owned selection.
Man, I've got a whole. I want you to get your, because we've already teased it. So get your Apple store. You get your watch story in.
Yeah,
but don't forget that. I want to come back. to
So
somebody.
I think a few weeks ago I talked about my experience with Apple Care Plus and my watch, and it was all scratched up. Well,
Correct. Right.
I got a replacement. It came in, and my backup didn't work. I told about that on the show. So I've been using that. I was using that watch for a week or two, and after I finally got everything set back up the way I wanted it, had to do it all manually and get all the settings right. And I was noticing early in the process, like, I usually keep the watch silent so it doesn't make any noises. It just does that, what they call the haptic feedback. It, kind of thumps, kind of vibrates or whatever they call it. They call it haptic engine. And I noticed, like, man, I could hear it. I was like, this is loud. Maybe I haven't turned that down. I know I didn't have it on maximum. I didn't know what the default was. So I went into the settings on the watch. I thought, yeah, it was high. I thought, okay, let me back it off to about middle.
Yeah.
It was still loud. Like, anytime I'd get a notification, I could hear it. I could hear it very easily.
Yeah.
Like, what is up with that?
Huh.
And I even lowered a little more. It's still, if something was wrong with that mechanism. So I went through the Apple support and with their chat and, try this and try this. Oh, you're not on the latest watch OS. You need to upgrade that. And, well, of course, that didn't help it. But, of course, they're going through their, script and their process. Well, finally, he's like, yeah, something's wrong with that watch. We're going to have to get you another one. So when my refurbished Apple Watch they sent me was messed up. But they did switch it out.
Yeah.
It came in Tuesday. You need they gave me the option. You go to the Apple store and switch it. I was like, well, I live too far away from one. You have to make an appointment, or you're gonna have to wait a while if you go. And so they did express repair, where you basically have to give them your credit card up front and kind of a guarantee. If you don't return the watch, they'll charge you for it. Which as soon as it came in, I switched it out. And all that good stuff. Yeah, that's my third Apple Watch in a month.
Wow.
Sorry. And this one's working well. Knock on wood.
So far.
Knock on wood here. You can hear that.
Really?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, that's just coming through, I think. Maybe.
Yeah, I believe it is, Guru. I really think it
In case
is.
it's not.
I really think it's doing
There,
that.
I just knocked on wood again.
Yes.
Anyway, so, yeah, that's my Apple Watch story.
Well,
That's very, very,
well,
very, very glamorous Apple story. Not
Bruce.
really.
Yeah.
I know you're going to shoot me down. Well, I shouldn't say that. Possibly shoot.
Uh-oh. I'm about to break y'all up from a fight or something?
No. For the next few minutes of discussion. Forget the cost of a Tesla.
Okay.
Because you have to do that to discuss this part of it.
Got to do that just in general.
Yeah.
Of a Model S, at least.
Bruce wishes.
Well, I'm just talking about just in general.
Okay.
Anyway, speaking.
Sure.
I believe that the Tesla, but after looking at those reviews, I will tell you this.
Yeah.
The Tesla has some amazing technology.
Oh, yeah.
There's no doubt about it. Now, I'm not real sure about the latest one that doesn't have physical tactile butt feels on the air conditioning vents that you can actually, there's no like if you were to go move the vents to direct to you, it's all on the screen. There's you can't be driving and do it. You have to
I don't like that.
Yeah, that to me is a bad design. But anyway, aside from some of the things
now, is that on the Model 3 or the
apparently
S?
It's the latest one.
So on the 3,
the
new one that's coming out.
Okay, so then that's another story too. But why they had to, there's a rumor that they wanted to have it E, but they couldn't have it E. They had to have it Model 3.
Oh yeah. Because Ford owned it,
right? But okay, so here's my thought. I think that had he not gone all electric, I think he would be a real big player, even bigger than he already is, and still could push the electric side. If he would have put like a 4-cylinder engine, let me finish, in there, the distance he could go along with that technology, with the technologies developed.
Sure.
I understand why he's not. I know he's all in on electric. I got all that.
Yep.
I know it's supposedly, let me say it this way. I know it's innovative. There's no question it's innovative. I don't disagree with that. Okay, fine. But he's leaving a lot of people out that might actually buy the vehicle because they're unsure and uncomfortable with having an electric-only vehicle. They want to feel the security of knowing they can stop somewhere, get gas, and continue if they can't find electrical.
Sure.
And I found out on a regular in that same review.
Yeah.
There was a blip that he said it would take over 10 hours to charge that vehicle on a regular outlet at home. You'd have to have a special fast.
Well, it's a 220 that you need.
I know, but he was showing that if you had plug it up somewhere, he would take 10 hours to charge that vehicle at least, depending on if it was depleted.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I'm right. I'm just saying I think that he could have opened doors that are not openable at this time with new buyers.
I don't think he's hurting.
Well, no, I'm not talking about from a finance standpoint.
No. I mean, they have more buyers than they can fulfill.
No, I've heard that. I agree with that.
So I think what he's doing is right, and I think the technology of the distance, I think that's gonna, within the next 5 years, you're gonna see the distance that these cars can go double.
Yeah,
I guarantee you by 2022, they will have a car that will do 500 miles on one charge.
Yeah, maybe.
And then there will be a much more vast network of charging stations. Because they're already with their navigation system, it will go ahead and figure in this is where you need to stop to charge. Here's a fast charger. Here's where you can stop and charge along the way. And you'll be there for just a few minutes letting it charge. Of course, I've said this in the past. I think since they started to do the modular design that I had talked about for a long time, saying just pull up, change out the battery.
Yeah.
But you're going to have to rethink the convenience station or whatever these charging stations are going to be. You're going to have something to where 5 minutes at a pump doesn't feel that long because there's some interaction going on. You see everything moving, you hear the gas. But when you go to plug in, it's just like, well, I'm done. I guess I got to just sit here for 5 minutes while it charges to 90%. I think you're going to have to rethink what do you put at these places to distract a person for 5 or 6 minutes. That's where
get back in your Tesla and play a game on the big dashboard.
Yeah, maybe. There's going to have to be some thought there.
I
think there's good opportunity.
One of the cool things that I actually think that the Guru would appreciate is that Guru in the display. That's a pretty big. I mean, it's big. It's like a really large iPad.
17
like an iPad
no,
Pro.
It's a 17.
It's big. Display. It's bigger than that.
Bigger than that. Okay.
You can bring up the owner's manual, and it has clickable. Like you can go through the owner's manual right there.
Well, why not
in front of you? Yeah, I thought that was a neat feature.
There's a lot of Easter eggs in it.
Yeah, that's true too. He showed some. I've seen some of those, but I'm saying it is neat. I like a lot of the technology. I think a lot of it's amazing. It's not for me on a number of levels. Well,
price being the main
one. Because the ones I've seen, the one he showed, that one of those was $156,000. That's right, $164,000.
The P100D.
Yeah,
or SD.
That's nuts.
A lot of money.
But it's a 100 kilowatt battery, and it's got the one with the ludicrous mode on it.
Yeah, it did. Yeah.
But man, it is a beautiful car.
Yeah, I know.
Inside and out.
It is neat.
It's more than neat. That is a.
But did you see the one? Did you see the other one? The one that had the doors. The Falcon.
The Model X.
You didn't watch that one.
I did not. That one's
neat.
That one.
Well, that one's neat too.
When are you going to learn these? They're not that hard to remember. The S, the 3, and the X.
I'm sorry.
And he's going to come out with the Y.
Model X. I get it.
It'll be sexy.
The Model S, I get it. I know. I know what they were going for.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah.
But, I mean, he's right. I mean, it's...
Well, when we come back, because we've got to go to break.
Oh, yeah, we do.
Because we have This Week in Tech History around the corner.
Yes, we do.
Hey, Techies Show. Be right back. Welcome back into the Hey Techies Show.
Loving the theme of the song.
So you figured out I had a theme this week?
Yeah, the very first song I knew.
You actually put some thought into this week's songs.
Next week.
How about that, Michael?
Not a surprise.
Next week we better have a single, at least a snippet of it.
I have I've missed the theme. I know the songs. I've been following the songs, but I've missed the theme.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I'm serious.
Something to do with the sun, maybe.
Yeah. Yes, because of the honor of the great American eclipse.
I'm just kidding you. Jeez, come on.
The Fly Me to the Moon, sorta. From Sinatra. I like that song.
The denial of service that the.
That's right. Well, we take this opportunity at this time.
I like the denial of service. Go ahead.
Every week to turn the show over to the very brilliant and bright shining guru. Not eclipsed by anything, I might add. This week in tech history by the guru.
I'm eclipsed by Bruce's knowledge of answering these.
Sometimes I'm lucky. Did I get last week's?
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
Did it take me a minute?
I don't remember.
I don't remember.
That was last week.
Yeah, I've slept since then.
Yeah, me too.
The more recent it is, the more difficult it is sometimes.
Let's see how you do with this one. You ready for your date?
I guess.
August 22nd, 1987.
Oh, I know this. I have to know this. 1987.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should know
I
this
should
one.
know this. Man, this is the start of a great franchise that I've just had a discussion with one of my students about. It's the Legend of Zelda, man.
There you go.
Thank you so much for doing that. You did that one for me.
I did do that one for you.
Thinking maybe he'll forget this one.
No, he won't. No,
Yeah,
that's
man.
not like
So, yes, on August 22nd of 1987, The Legend of Zelda was released for the NES in North America.
Yes.
Considered one of the most influential games of all time.
Absolutely.
It was the frontrunner of the role-playing video game genre and spawned one of the most successful series in video game history.
I really did have a conversation. Not necessarily about that, it was, in fact, wow, that was, when did I have that conversation? I don't know. But we were talking about the Breath of the Wild, the one that's on the Switch that I'm playing right now, and the person, it was a student I was having a discussion with, he said, yeah, it's probably his most favorite one since the Ocarina of Time. And I was like, I feel the exact same way. Oh, man, it's just a great story. Even though it's essentially the same story every game, just the different, I know this, even though I said it's the same story, it's a different story every game, but it's the same story, if that makes any sense.
The same story but different.
The same story but different, man. It's just great. It is the way they're able to do it is just amazing. And even some of the ones that were on GameCube were fun. The Wii was fun. I mean, they were all great, but this one just feels right, if that makes any sense. And it's beautiful. It's a beautiful game.
Okay. There you go.
There you have it.
Lost a lot of sleep.
Apparently so.
Yeah.
So I assume you've completed the game.
Oh, Lord, no. This game is huge.
Oh, you can't complete that.
Well, I mean, I'm sure I could
you can
fly
see
through I'm sure I could fly through it and complete it. But I think, and I was having this conversation.
He's trying to take it all in.
The older I've gotten, the more I want to go through every little thing.
No. What was the first gaming console you had
that I had?
That you had with Zelda?
SNES. My friends had NES, and I played it there. But my parents, of course, they were not that they were anti-technology. I guess that's not really the way to put it, but they were just like, of course, too. I was
they
like
were anti-technology, yet you're an IT professional.
Yeah. No, I just spent a lot of time outside as a kid, and I could self-regulate. Like, my parents would see my friends that they couldn't pull away.
Self-regulate when they tan that hide when you would.
No, I would be like, I've been playing for an hour and a half. I'm like, I'm getting up and going outside, and then I would still play games and beat them and have fun, and but I had several other friends that their moms would invite me over because I'd be like, all right, we've played long enough, let's go outside, and it was just, I don't know, maybe it was some ADD on my part. But it was, I could self-regulate. But yeah, I definitely, NES was one of the first ones that I did play. It was definitely the first one that I played, Zelda on. Link to the Past on SNES is probably one of, it was one of the best Zelda games.
Did you have the gold-coated cartridge?
Well, I didn't have an NES.
Gold-colored
but
cartridge.
My friend that he had the gold, and he also had.
Yeah, I think all the Zelda on NES were the gold colored cartridge.
He also had I can't remember the name of it. We talked about this maybe 10 months ago. It was on the NES. There was like a Olympic gamepad game or whatever, and it sold for I don't know, like $400,000. He had that game, but it sold because it was so rare. But Nintendo, it's interesting. If you have Nintendo stuff, hold on to it because one day it's going to be worth something to somebody that makes way too much money.
Well,
and remembers.
That's a good point.
Back then. Oh man, so yeah, Legend of Zelda, great franchise, great franchise. Among many, I'm not saying it's the best. It's one I definitely enjoy.
Now, what is the difference between that and the Legend of Zelda 1? There's let
me see the cartridge.
The Hyrule Fantasy, the Legend of Zelda 1.
Oh, yeah. Now, the NES ones, there was a bunch and I may not even played all of them.
Okay.
Again, it was a console I didn't have. I had to play
okay.
it.
It says that it, I guess in 1994, it was ported to the GameCube and Game Boy Advanced. Well, it's been ported to a lot of stuff.
Yeah. It was ported to the GameCube?
That's what it says. Huh. According to this Wikipedia article, put whatever.
I can't say I'm a Zelda guru.
What?
I like Zelda. I love The Legend of Zelda.
Did you know that? Franchise. Let's see. This says is bestseller for Nintendo, selling over 6.5 million copies.
What did?
The Legend of Zelda.
The original?
I guess that's what they're talking about.
Okay. I was going to say, I could understand that's the reason why a lot of people bought the Switch. It was a debut game with the Switch.
Oh, yeah. That's right. Yeah,
it really showed the capabilities of what the system can do.
Yeah.
I carry it with me just about everywhere I go.
Yeah, I know.
Get it. I was in a data center the other day, and I was waiting for something to update. I was like, well, I guess got to play.
Yeah, that's interesting. Years ago, my parents carried a Switch, but it wasn't really the same kind of entertainment.
Of the Hickory Switch,
right? My parents carried one too.
Yeah, it really wasn't. You just didn't want to play that game.
Nope.
And especially when you had to go get your own.
Yeah, I've had to do that.
And it wasn't of sufficient thickness.
And do not bring one back that was not of caliber to use. If you brought a tiny one, you best go back and cut you another one.
Yep.
It's going to be way worse too.
No,
you get switched with that one until you got one that worked.
Yeah. Well, anyway.
But yeah, but that's another part too that I think Nintendo's doing so right with this system. Like I'm able to take it with me and play in some downtime that I had. Then take it home, dock it, and play the same thing. I think they're doing it.
Hey, it's the bomb.
Wasn't that what?
It's the bomb diggity.
Yeah,
it is the bomb. Diggity.
Wasn't that what the Windows Phone was supposed to be? I mean,
yeah. The only thing is that they were late to market. I guarantee you, if Apple did the same thing, they wouldn't have any issues like getting people to adopt it like Windows did. Because I thought that was a great thing. That's part of why I invested in the Superbook.
Right, I know.
Did you ever get your Superbook?
It's coming.
It's coming. Just give it time.
Okay. Yeah. Give it a couple more years.
A couple more years.
2044.
Yeah, but
during the eclipse.
I'll get it. They're working hard. They give updates. I will say that they have been very good at communication.
Right.
That is usually what companies falter on.
Correct.
But they have been forthright with everything, very clear. I cannot remember. Andrew something was his name.
We had him on the show, didn't
Yes, we did. He's their CFO, I think. Wasn't he their CFO?
Yes, that's correct.
So if he's listening, I will say
I'm so sorry. That was just really funny. That was really funny.
On all the communication. A little upsetting, and they understood some of the news would be upsetting, but
I hope Taylor's listening.
They're making it Lord, yeah, Taylor. Come on the show. I really need to reach out
Yeah, right.
She might do it.
Well, somebody's already in trouble for reaching out, so I don't know if I would go with that right now. But
I wouldn't do that. I would be very respectful.
Yeah, right. So I don't know about that one. But anyway,
Be able to
so
control what she does.
so the history and the legend of Zelda heard right here on the.
I wouldn't say I did it justice. Great franchise.
Hey, by the way, Guru did not do this one, but he had a really easy one too. August 24th, 1995.
Yeah, well, what about that one?
August 24th, 1995.
Yes.
Yeah.
Windows 95.
That's
baby.
right.
There you go. Yeah, that's right.
That's right. There's a lot of stuff historically, tech-wise, that happened in this week. I mean,
I would say so.
Steve Jobs resigned in 2011.
Yeah.
This week.
Yeah.
And Apple loses the Microsoft court case in 1993.
Where do y'all get this stuff?
We have our
ways.
Okay.
So this is a big tech week, actually.
Yeah, it was. August is this time of year.
Yeah, there's
a lot of announcements this time.
Well,
of year.
this and then you got some in like October and November, like especially.
Sure, I mean that's usually
products.
October, November, December.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying around Christmas to gear up for Christmas.
Oh yeah, that's true.
In the 90s, it was usually late October, early November, but now it's getting like to where it's September. In the last 10 years, it's been late September. Let's start introducing stuff. So it's for the Christmas holidays. At least they'll announce it, and then it'll be available, like November 25th or something, or December 8th. It's like, do you count the announcement? Like, what do you do? Everybody has to create this hype now, and make make their website go blank.
yeah. What's with that?
So it's all about creating.
What is that? What's with that?
So we will hear it tonight at midnight. We were really hoping to have it, and we got shut down, and
everybody's got 3 more hours to wait. Apparently,
which is it Eastern they're releasing it?
Well, that's a good point. Well, it might be 11. There's been so little information.
That is true.
I have dug, and I could not find any. Matter of fact, the album's not even pre-order for iTunes.
Of course not. It's not released until October, right?
November. But still, I mean, that's not that far away. The single, a single out.
So, she's got to keep that.
Well, look, from all of us.
To all of you,
we hope you have a really fabulous weekend this weekend. And look, if you were not aware, this weekend kicks off one of my favorite times of the year.
NASCAR.
College football.
High school football.
College football and high school football. So we really enjoyed it. Hope you have. Don't forget, HeyTechiesShow.com. You can find all of the show notes and everything we did on the show. Hey Techies Show. Have a good week.
The Hey Techies Show is produced by The Guru and co-produced by Mike Stedham. Join us again next time for another exciting installment of The Hey Techies Show. It's going to be great, maybe.